What about Nick Mullens? Is he salvageable? The reason I ask is reports where the Niners had offers or won last year to trade Nick Mullens for some type of pick, and they turned it down. Now it's looking like they may not even – it's not a given that they'll even bring him back. Restricted free agent. Is he salvageable?
I think he's no longer that clear-cut second-string quarterback, which hurts him. But I think he can get back to that just because he's shown a history of success. I know it's not as recent as people hoped it to be, but backup quarterbacks, as long as you can hold on to a football for 2 seconds and throw it, you can get signed somewhere to be a backup quarterback. Chase Daniel's been a quarterback everywhere. And as you've said, you think Nick Mullens can be a coach one day, and that's a good thing to have in a backup quarterback, is a veteran that's a coach on the sideline that can help out your young starter or help out your third stringer that you're developing.
Yeah, I think Nick Mullens can continue to have the type of NFL career where he's good in small doses. And the dose that we saw from him this year was too large, that's where fair. You start to pick up on his tendencies as a quarterback, and you can see the more he plays, the more vulnerable he becomes to making mistakes. But I think as a spot starter, as a guy that comes in to close out like he did against the Jets,
Seattle,
when Jimmy Garoppolo went down, he was
good against Seattle.
Yeah, so the potential is clearly there. It's just when he gets exposed when he's on the field too long, and I think he can have a solid career as an NFL backup, similar to how I feel about Josh Rosen. Except Nick Mullens, we've seen him thrive to an extent in this role, not as a starter clearly, but being able, all you need in a backup ideally is not what the 49ers had to deal with last year. That's not the ideal backup situation where you have to rely on him to start for half the season, right? As far as needing a spot start or two, I think Nick Mullens is fine in that role, and if the 49ers didn't have Jimmy Garoppolo, who has all these durability concerns, I'd be a lot more high on bringing Mullens back. But unfortunately, you need a little more firepower at the backup position. But if you have a quarterback that has a history of always staying healthy, I think Nick Mullens is a fine backup.
Yeah, I mean, he did get exposed against Philly a little bit. He looks like he gotten a little in his head a little bit. But also, I mean, let's be fair. It's not like he was playing with the same exact team around him that Jimmy Garoppolo was playing with in 2019, and the team just fell apart, and Nick Mullens can't play out, like can't be on the field. It wasn't just Jimmy who was hurt. Like the whole team was hurt, and Nick Mullens was the face of the B team for like 2.5 months, and that was rough. If you could bring him back to a role where he's just a backup and doesn't have to play 8 games a year, and when he does play, it's with the full squad, Debo, Kittle, Ayuk. Yeah, you could salvage him that way. The only thing that I worry about with him, I don't worry about it. The only thing I question is same thing with CJ Beathard. Like Beathard's 2017 and 2018 were so rough. I don't know if he's ever really mentally recovered, although he did play well the last couple of games of this year. Mullens, is he still mentally when he goes back on the field, is he going to have PTSD from what happened? I mean, he just got pulverized last year and had a lot of bad results. It's sometimes quarterbacks mentally just lose their confidence, lose their edge, and it's over. I don't know if he's like that. That's my only question. Because physically, I think he can basically execute this offense he's not going to elevate talent, but the talent can elevate him, and he knows what to do. So I don't know. I hope he's okay. Nick, believe in yourself.